Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. I'm really looking forward to breaking down this brief but incredibly meaningful source text we got from the Silverzz channel. If you're someone who loves unpacking that rich intersection of, craftsmanship and spirituality, well, you're in the exact right place today. We're going to look super closely at an artifact that is pretty small in physical size, but absolutely massive in its cultural and spiritual impact. Let's get right into it. So how do you illuminate your puja space with divine grace? It's a pretty profound thought, right? The source material poses this idea literally right out of the gate, and it sets a tone that's just so reverent and deeply reflective. Because we aren't just talking about flipping a light switch here. We're talking about curating a space of peace, devotion, and intentionality. And to answer that beautiful question, we really need to look at a very specific, incredibly thoughtfully designed object. And that answer is a round Diya. Now, for those of you already familiar with the traditions, you know this is way more than just a lamp. It's a beautifully crafted, sacred oil lamp designed specifically to illuminate a puja space. Sure, it's a vessel for light, but fundamentally, it's a sacred artifact. Every single curve, every ounce of material used to make it is intended to elevate the spiritual atmosphere of its surroundings. It's basically functional art designed for the soul. Okay, let's dive right into Section 1. Purity and craftsmanship. The anatomy of the artifact. 999. I actually want to pause for a second and just let that number sink in. When we're talking about sacred objects, purity is absolutely paramount. And in the world of precious metals, 999 is literally the highest standard. It means the material is as pure as it gets, completely free from any base metals or cheap alloys that usually dilute lesser pieces. So, what does that 999 actually represent for us here? Well, it represents a pure silver oil lamp created expressly for puja rituals. The Silverzz channel source makes it super clear that using 999 pure silver isn't just some manufacturing trick or an aesthetic choice. It's a spiritual one. By crafting this oil lamp out of pure, completely unadulterated silver, the artisan ensures the physical vessel is just as pure as the devotion, the intentions, and the prayers it's going to accompany. And this really illustrates the product's true pedigree. First up, it's hallmarked. This is absolutely crucial because it guarantees the authenticity of that 999 purity we were just talking about. For an absolute fact, you're getting exactly what's promised. Second, it's made in India, which secures its geographical and cultural roots, meaning it's crafted by artisans who inherently get its traditional and spiritual context. And finally, it's gift-ready. This isn't just a loose piece of metal. It's fully prepped and packaged to be presented as a really meaningful offering. So those three features right there, total guarantee of authenticity. Moving right along to Section 2, Symbolism of the Shape, Ethereal Meaning. This crucial point is captured so beautifully in a quote directly from the source material. The classic round design symbolizes completeness and divine light. I just really appreciate that poetic insight. Think about the geometry for a second. The Diya isn't square. It doesn't have any sharp angles. It's a classic round shape. And in sacred traditions, the circle, the round form, always represents wholeness, infinity, and an unbroken cycle. It completely transforms this object from a simple tool for holding oil into a really powerful representation of profound completeness. When you use this classic design, you aren't just lighting a wick, you're symbolically inviting that infinite divine light right into your space. Let's wrap things up with Section 3, Occasions for Divine Light Application. What's great is that this Diya masterfully serves a dual purpose. On the daily worship side of things, its classic, totally unobtrusive round design and that pure silver composition make it the perfect, quiet fixture for your everyday devotions. It's a steady, super reliable source of divine grace every single morning or evening. But on the flip side, it simultaneously acts as a magnificent centerpiece for grand Diwali celebrations, the Festival of Lights itself, or as a really premium item for religious gifting. It just scales perfectly. Whether it's bringing that quiet completeness to a solitary moment of prayer or acting as the glowing heart of a huge, joyous Diwali gathering, this pure silver Diya is just incredibly versatile. And that leads me to leave you with this final thought. How will you bring completeness and divine light into your own sacred spaces? We've explored the 999 purity of the material, the profound symbolism of that unbroken round design, and its amazing versatility from quiet daily worship to joyous religious gifting. This beautifully crafted artifact from Silverzz absolutely promises to help illuminate your puja space with divine grace. But ultimately, the space it illuminates is yours to cultivate. So I really encourage you to consider your own routines, your own environment, and your own celebrations. How are you going to curate that light? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep reflecting on those details, and I will see you next time.